What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It is an exceptionally gorgeous day in Pennsylvania. The leaves are starting to fall, and well, it's almost kind of starting to feel like summer, and I am a-okay with it. I hope that you guys are off to an absolutely stellar start, end, or whatever, middle of your day, however it might be that you're watching this video, because I can never quite wrap my mind around that. But today, guys, we are going to be working on the Cummins because, well, there's some things that kind of just drive me a little bit bonkers about this truck, and well, that's the fact that it has those side moldings on it. We're going to have to get those removed, and then what I want to do is talk to you guys a little bit about where this build's gonna go, as it hasn't really gotten that much attention lately. I'm very excited about bringing you guys all up to speed about this truck, where it's gonna go, and well, what it's gonna be for. I can't get into every single depth of the details, but I'm gonna give you guys just enough that I think that you're gonna be able to hold on for the ride. What is that? What is... Oh my God, that's antifreeze. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Oh no. Did we pop the head gasket? No way. Okay. Cummins, you're gonna have to hang out for a few because we might have a bigger situation on our hands here than I was planning on today. So we gotta take a look at this. We'll get back to the Cummins. No way. We actually popped the head gasket on this thing. The timing would just be way too ironic in the sense that just a few videos ago, I was talking about how proud I was of this truck because we've been pushing it so much and it's like a factory freak, especially when it was down on the dyno. But I am not really sure, honestly, what to look for per se. Other than the fact that it's leaking antifreeze. Don't see anything right off of the get-go right now. Even though we'll see if the antifreeze is a different color. No, it actually seems okay, which is a good thing. Oh man, it's everywhere. Not really exactly sure what we're looking at. Hopefully you guys can hear me. You can see the water forming up there at the bottom of the manifold where it meets the up pipe. That goes up to the turbo. And it almost looks like it's dripping along the backside of the motor of the head almost, which is kind of interesting, but it's definitely leaking antifreeze. I'm gonna go ahead and give Logan Lewis a buzz real quick. Logan built the transmission in this truck down at Diesels Unlimited in Elkton, Maryland, to talk with him about what he's thinking this could potentially be. I don't know if, dog hair in my mouth, antifreeze actually leaks out of the heads when head gaskets go, so I really don't know what the status of this situation is. I'm gonna go ahead and give him a phone call real quick, and then I'll touch base with you guys right after because this might be a lengthy phone call. All right, guys, so I went ahead and I pulled the fender liner out to see if we can check out the cap right down here. I can't remember what Logan called it, but there's basically a cap that's right down here that at times can have its seal corrode and it'll actually spew antifreeze. I was up under here and I've been kind of feeling all around and I'm not feeling anything wet. So that kind of eliminates that as a potential source. Now, obviously the big white elephant in the room is the head gaskets, but Logan had actually suggested that I try the heater core, which is this line right here, the coolant line that goes up and into, well, the firewall for heating purposes, because at times there are fittings on here that leak and oh my, I'm actually feeling some moisture. Oh, that was smooth. Some moisture around it. What I might do is start the truck up here real quick, let that run, and we'll see if we can identify the source. Let's fire this thing up. It does feel kind of wet, but maybe all the pressure out of the system led to all of it drying up or evaporating on the line. I'm gonna let this thing run for a few minutes here to see if once the system gets up to temperature and up to pressure, it'll actually start to leak out of that fitting right there. That little one. It would almost seem right because the way that that fitting lays, it would almost trickle onto the cylinder backing itself down to the manifold like I showed you guys down below, but nothing yet. I'm gonna let this thing run and get up to temp. All right, truck's been running for a little while. Oh yeah, that's definitely the source. Oh my God, are you kidding me? What the hell? The Mini-Max is scaring the shit out of me in a way. Oh my God. Tell me we just dodged another bullet with these head gaskets. This is almost beginning to get somewhat comical. All right, so the truck did get up to temp, and well, as you guys saw, it seems like it's that fitting. I'm sorry, I'm like not even holding the camera the right way. So Logan had actually mentioned to me that those fittings often fail. Sometimes they'll crack under pressure or sometimes they'll warp under heat and well, then they start to leak, and that's exactly what's happening. Oh my God, the irony in all of this is just outrageous. I was out the other day with the truck and yes, I had a heavy foot that day and I might have been in tune 5. So I brought the truck home. I didn't notice any leaks. This is the first time that I had looked at it. And obviously you guys saw my reaction because I was like super thrown off. But I thought maybe it was because I was out ripping around on the truck, because it's honestly so addicting in tune 5. It's just so fast that maybe that was what led to the issue. But apparently we dodged another bullet. So not going to be fixing this on the vlog today just because I don't have that fitting. But I'm like astonished, as I was planning on building a motor for this truck so that way it can really utilize its fuel and air. But I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do it this soon, just because it's kind of been fun chasing down the let's just say unknown territory of the stock motor's capability. Wow, that's awesome. That is really great news from what could have been really bad news. I cannot believe that. Wow, I'm blown away. All right, so anyway, we're just gonna kind of leave this truck as is right now. I'll deal with that at a later point in time. Let's talk a little bit about the Cummins today, guys. So we're just gonna be hanging out at the garage like old time's sake. We're gonna be talking about the Dodge. So obviously it's filthy right now. I haven't given it all that much attention. It has been raining like absolute craziness here in Pennsylvania, spring showers, I guess. So I haven't been able to really clean it up, but I have gotten some miles on the truck and it has just been an absolute blast. I am loving having this truck because it's just so much different than all of the other DURTYMAXs that I've had. Well, obviously due to the brand, but just the way that the power comes on with the Cummins and all that good stuff. Oh, also ADD moment. I'm hoping to have a winner announcement for the dually in the next video. I don't have that information quite yet, but it's coming, guys. I know you're all very excited. As am I, guys. As am I. Trust me. So anyway, getting back to this thing, the reason that we haven't really had it in videos all that frequently is because I really want to focus on the build of this truck and what it's going to be going through. Being that this is a 5.9 and really the 5.9 is notorious for its capability and endurance, I wanted to kind of go performance oriented with this build versus kind of my other builds. Whereas like the DURTYMAX per se, it got really tasteful modifications from a performance perspective with the whirly piping and the exhaust, but we didn't really go all that crazy with different turbos or anything like that. It's really an amazing setup, and whoever takes that thing home is going to be able to drive it and just go forever. Now, I'm going to set this truck up to be able to be a driver's machine as well, but being that it's a 5.9, being that it's a completely pre-emissions vehicle, I wanted to take full advantage of that by really unleashing the potential of that 5.9 Cummins. Arguably the most iconic diesel really ever made. It's almost like when you think diesel, you think of growing up, the 5.9 to me is what I compared all other diesels to in terms of sound, because they can sound oh so good. So the plan with this truck is to do more performance, and it will get some aesthetic touches here and there, and basically I'm just waiting on all of that stuff to arrive. It's literally currently en route. It's just I've been waiting on it as some things have been back ordered and other things will take a little bit more time because let's just say they're a little bit more custom. I think you guys are going to really love how this truck comes together, so just bear with me on the fact that, well, great things take time. But in today's video, what I really wanted to focus on was getting off something that just absolutely drives me nuts about this truck, and that is those door moldings. Now, I did want to be cautious about pulling them off as I'm not sure of the condition of the paint up underneath these things, but you can see there's not much holding these things on, and they are just so weather faded. The black has faded so much because, well, this is a 12-year-old truck at this point in time, and, well, we needed nothing more than to completely take these door moldings off. Not a fan of the door moldings. I have them off of every truck that I own because I think they're honestly just a little bit tacky. And honestly, these things are coming off like a breeze. The more adhesive that it takes off, the easier my life is going to be after we get them off themselves. So these things have just been faded to the moon and back, and, well, they lost all hope. I just kind of thought they took away from the cleanliness of the exterior of this truck. Let's see if we can rip these ones off here too. Now, the only place that these belong is right there. So now that we've got this off, as you guys know that have tried to do any debadging on any vehicle before, we have to deal with this naughty automotive double-sided tape, and this stuff is a total pain in the, yeah, you know what. Look at it collecting all this collected all this dirt and debris up in here. That's crazy. So there's a tool that makes that way easier, but before we get to that, I should probably center this thing so that way it can actually work on both sides. So guys, if you've never ever used one of these tools, Not that tool, but you're gonna need that tool. I'm referring to this tool, and you own vehicles that you want to debadge, well, invest in it. It's like 40 bucks, and it's the best 40 bucks you'll ever spend, and it's literally gonna last you pretty much a lifetime. 3M Automotive Adhesive Removal Wheel. It's a freaking mouthful, but watch how crazy good this thing works. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna clean up some of the side of the truck here. I've got some like spray detailer. We'll spray that on, let it dry off a little bit, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove this, and man, the truck is just gonna look so much better. We'll go with the blue rag for the blue truck. The color is just so sick. Fairly simple process. You basically just, although it feels super uncomfortable, you take this wheel and you put it right on the paint and it just works magic. A lot of freaking adhesive. Is that for me?
Yeah, I got 3 of them for you.
All right, man, the more the merrier. All right, bro. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah.
You have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
The bottom one's truck parts, the top one's for the wife. Top 2. Hey, I'm leaving rolling coal too, my man. So, we have some, well, wife internet orders. I'm sure a lot of husbands and, well, boyfriends can relate out in the audience, and one of those, yeah, we've got ourselves some Dodge parts. Isn't that kind of ironic how things just started to roll in? But those are gonna have to get saved for another episode, and trust me guys, you're gonna love what's in that box. All right, so we have everything off and on the ground now, which is a good thing, and that's where it needs to be, but we're not done quite yet. So if you guys can see those lines, those are basically just, I'm gonna call them age marks, kind of like wrinkles in a way, but luckily we have the Botox remover. So if you ever go about doing this, it's a simple process as long as you have the tools. If I had done that by hand with like a bug and tar remover, I'd be here for literally 5 weeks, and nobody's got time for that. So we got our good friend Adam's Polishes, the Visco clay. This thing is absolutely awesome. And then just some Mother's detailer because I'm out of Adam's at the moment. So, oh well, it is what it is. You gotta simply come in here and take these age marks off. I think most of them should be able to come out with a clay bar. This truck will be getting a professional detail at a later point in time because it does have some blemishes here and there. Nothing too crazy at all. It's just mostly surface stuff, but I don't think this truck's ever had a quote-unquote professional detail, and well, we'll be able to get all that crap cleaned right up and out of here, which will be a good thing. This Visco clay thing makes clay barring so much easier. Oh, so much easier. And now we clay. And they're starting to come out, which is a good thing. But it is definitely hard and redundant work. There's no doubt about that. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up and I'll circle back once I'm all done. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm talking about right there. Finally, a nice clean surface. That Botox is one effective product, might I add. I actually wasn't able to get all of what I was calling the age wrinkles off, but some of these black lines, and I'm not gonna go too crazy on it. I did hit it enough to where the clay bar had removed just enough of kind of the, call it surface impurities, but it wasn't able to kind of get down to that next level. And like I had mentioned, guys, the paint does have like these little tiny surface scratches, and it's not really so much a surface scratch as we had actually already taken a buffer wheel here to just see if they could buff out, and of course they all do. So really what I'm trying to focus on here is getting this paint to really shine. This pearl blue metallic is quite literally one of the most stunning colors that I've ever seen, and my objective is to make it pop as much as possible. So whenever we get that professional detail done, I think it'll be able to clean this paint up and it's gonna look immaculate, literally absolutely immaculate. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up color matching this truck because I think the chrome wheels and the chrome on the bumpers, both back and front, actually really complement this color combination as it adds some contrast. Now you guys can drop your comments below, but I kind of really like how it all kind of ties together in a way. This is new for me. A blue like this is something that I am not accustomed to, and you kind of almost have to be careful in how you set this blue up because if you do the wrong things, it can almost come off somewhat gaudy in a way. Am I saying that right? You know, is it blurry for you guys? all that tree pollen just getting all over everything. But anyway, guys, I'm really sorry that we didn't do much else in this video. We have been extremely busy with some of the past videos, and I've been running all over the place, having a blast. As always, passion is the priority no matter what. But today, actually, the wife and I have some plans just about in 10 minutes, as a matter of fact. So I'm gonna have to let you guys run. But thank you for sticking with me on this one. I know it wasn't all that crazy, but sometimes life gets in the way, and I know that my awesome audience totally understands that, and it's great to have you guys along and always have that conversation. So just as a reminder, I will be in Benson, North Carolina at Galat Motorsports Park Memorial Day weekend. I will have an enthusiast booth set up. We will have the new giveaway truck there, or at least that's the plan right now, subject to probably a little bit of change. But definitely we will have the Mini Max there once it's all said and done, and we'll have the 2015 there as well. Oh, and speaking of the 2015, guys, it is currently not here as well. It's kind of a long story, and we're gonna have to get into that in another episode. Yeah, we've got some things that we need to touch base on with that, but that's gonna have to wait for another video because, yeah, there's a lot going on there. And as a reminder, I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to keep you guys up to date as soon as I get information about who was drawn at random for the LBZ dually, and then that's going to be a really exciting video to actually get that awarded to them. I'm almost eager, and I'm feeling like the butterfly feeling knowing that one of you is going to have a life-changing phone call literally any day now. And then, as I had mentioned, we have another giveaway coming up. It's just a matter of time, but I can't quite go into those details yet. I know you guys have your speculations, and I think that makes that fun. I can see why that you guys are speculating some things, but I can tell you what, as we go across the year of 2019, there are going to be some things that throw wrenches in the wheels of what your expectations are, so just prepare yourselves for that. Oh my God, the pollen, man. Didn't take my Zyrtec this morning. What am I thinking? And then as we did with the last giveaway, there will be some limited release, very small production quantity products available that I know you guys are really excited about, and I'm really excited about too. So be on the lookout for all of that. I cannot wait to go into those details with you guys. I'm probably about to sneeze 7 more times or 17 more times. So I should probably let you guys go. My like league, I love you guys. Do what you do best. Tap that subscribe button if you guys are looking forward to Cummins content, because I promise you it is all on the way, and I gotta get going. I'll see you guys in the next upload.